Hello, my beautiful lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. This is Choi Leaves Tarot, where we get to your greatness one tea leaf at a time. If you're new here, smash that like button, hit that follow. Let's just jump right in. What is like a new aesthetic that'll unlock the real you? What is the tea in your life? This is all signs. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. What do you need to know right now, like in your love life, career, extra stuff. Let's see. Ooh, these want to pop out. So far, so good. Interesting. You got an emperor. So stability or stabilizing influence come into your life. So either you're about to be like a Zen influencer, or the way that someone's going to influence you to be like financially stable, or you're going to do the rest. So it could be like you make financially stable content, or, ways that other people can make legit money. And that could be as simple as, you have a class. So you teach homeschooling stuff. You have packets of educational content, maybe. That's what it's giving. It's also giving like you're very particular about how you do things. You're detail oriented, and you like that you are working on something that is true to you. And because of that, people are like, girl, take my money. This is like your customer. They're confused. Like, do I want authentic goods? Do I want local, whatever it is, that they've been tricked for a long time, that there was like an illusion of choice, and it turns out the propaganda was all from the same type of people, same type of corporations, billionaires, all trickling down. And they're like, you know what, actually I don't like toxic food in my thing. Maybe they find your book about gardening in your zone, whatever it is. Two of Pentacles, money confusion, juggling two situations or ideas around. They're about to change because they're like, you know what, let me consistently just pour into the smaller companies, the smaller businesses, or just people who are authentic. You might work for a bigger company, but you're authentic, and they're like, I see real talent where it's at. Can I show you maybe they want to hire you. Maybe you're a great interior decorator. Maybe there's just like so many things that you bring to the table, and you're just kind of like a master of all trades. You know what I mean? Like you just get it. You get people. And so your people person mindset opens the door to abundance. Again, Nine of Cups. I'm getting a lot of financial literacy, abundance, like a lot of financial stability coming your way. Nine of Cups, improvements underway, feeling smug or pleased. Maybe you're taking on that role of like, a financial detective, got secrets. You're finding out, maybe just even knowing what corporations are under what umbrella, which ones have GMOs, which ones are toxic, which ones are just like snake oil salesmen, where they tell you this should work, this is the antidote, look at this little herbal tincture, and you're like, that's not regulated. I know why it's not regulated. Sometimes things are regulated, sometimes they're not. But you are like, let's do some critical thinking. So maybe people are paying for like a fact sheet of critical thinking from you, or you just know how to find food that doesn't have lead poisoning in it. Whatever it is, you have some skill, some niche skill that is actually going to go mainstream, and people are going to be like, so where are the non-huge corporations? Where are they? Like, reveal yourself. I want to give you money. So that's what's happening when the illusion of choice leaves and people figure out, wow, we've been manipulated, lied to, treated like lab rats. Boom, there comes you. And they're like, you know what, take my money. I'm not giving it to the big corporations. They have shown over and over that they don't care about the liability. They pay that little fee, put the carcinogen in another name back into your food or your water or whatever. And you're like, you know what, at least the small business that is not corrupted, like they've done their homework. They're like, you know what, at least this person has no ties to any of that. They're not getting startup money, venture capital money. They're not getting any of these things that all just go to the same old group, right? Like the 0.001%. Four of Pentacles, money improvements, more coming your way. You have something kind of like radically new, right? Like it's just so organic that you're just like, everyone's kind of like, yeah, the old here, like I guess it's like the old, out with the old, in with the new, but it's not just that. It's like there's something old that's good for you. You're like, I touch grass, I see people, I build communities, I have mutual aid. You learn and you teach community building in a way. Maybe the people who follow you because you're in a book club or a gardening cookbook book club or whatever are like, you know what? We're all we got. How about we all have the same kind of hobbies, and we all care about the environment, and we want to regulate or want to figure out what's going on without harming other people, XYZ. How about let's keep the money inside? And you're like, in the last like 10-20 years, the money's been going everywhere. People have been buying data, let's say like taxpayer dollars, XYZ. All of the middle class has been like kind of pruned out, and the middle class is like, okay, well, there's like, we need to amplify the middle class. The fringes are just taking over control. And it seems like that is you coming into your power. You're realizing, you know what? Why am I waiting for a hero? Maybe I need to be the change in the community I want to see. Maybe I am as bold, but as like level-headed to take on and be like the CEO of my own life. So King of Wands, man over 25 years, green eyes, blonde to red hair, restless, outspoken, ambitious. Yeah, you're about to get like that. Universe wants to let you know, basically your spirit guides are like, girl, you're about to get money. You're about to level up like extreme amounts. So just be ready for that and don't get lifestyle creep. But because of your kind of like your tenacity, your steadfastness to your dreams, your hobbies, your humanistic potential, not like profiteering, you end up ironically profiteering, or not profiteering, profiting, because the profiteers are like the people who just want to make money and don't care about humanity, or they see you as like a lab rat who, you know, we're just going to use them for money. As long as there's bodies, we can bring money out of them, blood out of them, donations out of them, whatever. You're realizing, oh no, I'm taking that power back. And if that means it's only with the shirt on my back and, you know, your 3 skills, and, you know, you're putting up a small, maybe your own Pinterest board or something, it's about to take off, and you're gonna be even more surprised than like you know that the people are waking up to it or headed toward it. They're like, okay, they don't like wars, they don't like genocides, they don't like this, and that they're not gonna like remember the genie can't be put back into the bottle kind of vibes. But it's kind of giving like they're looking for you. They're like, I know you're a small business, I know you're just one person, but you're about to cause like a trickle effect, or like a kind of like a snowball effect where it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Of that, the Fool card, good friends, happiness, needing to take a giant leap forward. Universe trusts you, and you need to trust yourself. You know exactly what to do. You have exactly what it takes. Universe just wanted to remind you that the people who look like they got it together, it's like the grass is greener where you water it, not on the other side. Or if there's no grass where you're at, then obviously, or if it's plastic or toxic, you need to leave, right? So it's up to you to make that judgment call. 7 of Cups, all that glitters is not gold. Look beyond the clouds, more money improvement. So maybe that means like, don't look beyond cloud computing, cloud whatever. There's like a lot of huge corporations that are data harvesting off these clouds, or using, you know, the water that cools down these data centers is getting ironically too hot, too much to handle. And so if everything's shut down, or there's like a domino effect, it's gonna be bad. And people are like, yeah, we're not going there. I don't care how many, you know, 15-minute cities or surveillance states or nanny states, panopticons you want. Universe is like, nah, let's go back to like, you know, writing things in like, yeah, there could be really high quality science being done. Maybe, you know, you do robotics, you do chip manufacturing, XYZ. But it doesn't need to be like everywhere at all times, getting rid of our most finite resource, which is fresh drinking water, because we already know there's PFAS in half of it anyway. So it's kind of like everyone's figuring out like, no, these technocrats can't rule anymore, in the sense that, you know, the real like organic or authentic people who love people, humanity, are going to rise instead of the people who are like paranoid, fear mongering. I gotta stalk people. No, 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 no. That needs to go. Yes, that's out there, but you need to like actually stand up for yourself in that sense. Knight of Cups, young man to 25 years, needing more confidence. Yep. Universe is like, girl, you have what it takes. Have that confidence. And the money will show up. Like it's on its way right now. Claim it. Queen of Pentacles, woman over 25 years, dark eyes and dark hair. If you don't look like that, you're just professional, business, domineering. Like your business is booming. It's about to start going insane in a good way because you got what it takes. You know what the people want because you are the people TM, right? And look at this, a Knight of Wands, a young man to 25 years, important letter. So it's like the letter could be, you know, a literal letter in the alphabet, right? Or it could be a email coming in, a text, something you see that just sparks joy or inspiration. And you're like, you know what? I don't like what I see here. Let me do it myself. Like you might see someone who is like, these are things to buy for, let's say Black Friday sales, right? And you're like, wow, I wouldn't buy any of these because none of them, all of them are toxic. And this person thinks healthy still means like calories versus, you know, are there PFAS, toxins, heavy metals, recalls, all that stuff, like listeria. You might have a different definition, right? And then let's see, universe, what else do we need to know? So yeah, you're like, let me start my own list. Let me, you know, find my own community. Maybe they'll be attracted to me and they will. Because some people are in denial, but some are not. So it says, denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Yeah, you're no longer in denial. You're like, I'm aware of what's out here. I've done the research and I will continue doing this research about like who's on what board of directors, who's on that. Like you're just following the money, you're following the blackmail, you're following the crime, whatever it is. You're like, this is what they want us to know. This is who wants to fear this and who gets money if this happens. And you're like, I could put two and two together as well. I'm not going to be fed. That's what literacy is. It's not just reading, it's comprehension, right? So you're working that muscle out more. And look at this, boom, buy and support free content creators that are women for you. Maybe you have been supporting both men and women and you're like, okay, let me add 2 or 3 more. I mean, you're welcome here. So it's just like maybe free content if you can't buy or you can't fund. You can always support non-AI, non-data center type things, non-technocrat, people who are human forward, who want like the best for you and best for humanity. You can show love that way, or, you know, support their stores, their books, whatever it is, because it's coming to you too, because you're also getting that money in triple, double. You just kind of like, not only are you a producer, you're also a consumer as well. You can't do it all. So you're like, okay, maybe if I don't want to farm, I'm going to find the farm that is a small business and they're going to find me when I make jam or I make the best applesauce from their apples in their orchard, whatever. So it's kind of like a mutual aid. It's like a community that like technocrats didn't want you to have. And then this is your tea leaf message. Obviously, don't drink this if you're allergic. Breathe deep, supports respiratory health. See how there's like fake claims all the time on different things? These are like what you know how to tell the difference of. That's why you got this one. It's cool to have like cute little topics, and it says caffeine free herbal supplement, 1 tea bag. Says certified organic. So like who certifies the certifiers? Who is like the one who gets to say this is legit and then the water is like sewage in that city where it comes from? You know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, cool. There's levels and levels, and you're like peeling back the levels of the onion to figure things out. Obviously, don't drink this if you're allergic, but the point is, this is like a caffeinated, decaf, caffeine free, breathing deep type Zen tea, right? So it also has a lot of different things. It says organic licorice root, eucalyptus leaf, organic tulsi leaf, organic ginger root, organic cinnamon bark. You get the picture. All these organic things, you're just taking your patience, your time to recreate your own empire every sip. And obviously don't drink that if you're allergic. Find something that has maybe 1 or 2 of the spices you're okay with or whatever. Just make sure it's organic and caffeine free for this to happen faster and the money to pour in. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.